Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday, not Sunday, Saturday morning's messages of love from above. And the last Saturday of 2023. Can you believe that? Let me get my desktop all set up here. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Good to have you here, and welcome back, all of my regular subscribers. Uh, I so appreciate each and every one of you and the love that you bring into here, and all of your senses of humor too, because I really adore those. So I had done something before and I kind of moved away from it, but starting into this year and starting today to end out this year and start next year, I want to send love out to the world to help raise the love vibration of the planet. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. We're going to let that love flow down into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world. I got my most favorite, beautiful singing bowl here. And just one of us sending unconditional love to the world transforms a million or more individuals experiencing lower vibrational fear energy. So never underestimate your impact on the world. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for joining me in doing that. And this bowl will go on for a little bit more here. We'll put it to the side here. All right. If you're wondering how the readings work, if you're new to the channel or new to these readings, it's all listed in the description box of the video. I do go down in order, first come, first serve. In the chat's the list. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that as an energy exchange, and I prioritize those and I dive deeper into those as well. But before we get into that, if you are enjoying the free readings, make sure to give the video and the stream a little thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and you get to be part of the Love Tsunami, and much, much appreciation for that. And also, just wanted to make sure everyone's aware, we've got this new birthday readings that are available that I just rolled out. Here's the little video that talks about what is included in those, and they're half off all the way until the end of January of 2024, next year. My almost all of my other services are 50% off until the end of this year. So you have today and tomorrow at those prices. So if you want to check those out, all those are in the description box of the video as well. If you haven't checked out the winter summer solstice pick a card, there's some great information in there. And also, of course, we've got this beautiful, beautiful Capricorn season that started as well. So happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. There's a pick a card for everyone and a bonus 3-month reading, birthday reading for all the Capricorn sun babies. So if you have a Capricorn in your life, make sure to share that with them so they can have a little bit of a forecast on that. And then also for 2024, I did energy forecasts, and we talk about love, money, career for the entire year. And then also we split out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months, talk about a blessing for each and what spirit wants you to know about each of those little sections too. So be sure to check that out. It's for each individual zodiac sign. I know, right? Hey, Ayushi. And then also we have a New Year's New Earth meditation pick a card. So get ready. Tomorrow night is New Year's Eve, right? So be sure to check that out as well. And as I mentioned, my services are half off until the end of the year. And I also have introduced past life readings at the beginning of December. And for the first 30 days, those are 50% off. So you got a couple more days left on that too. So boom, boom, boom. Yeah, New Year's Eve is today for you, right? Because it's already what? you're into like Sunday morning over there on the other side of the world, right? All right. Because you're not January 1st yet. You're not that far ahead, right? A day and a half. All right. So let's take a look here. And all right, just making sure I didn't have any more donations come through on the email there. We are good. Let me just move some stuff out of the way here and we will get started. Hello, everybody. I am going to switch off a back and forth between the round tarot and this Arcanus Animal Tarot. So we're going to start there. And I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. So let me change this to live. That will make sure I'm seeing everything live. There we go. All right, so I do have a few donations, so we will start there. And Patty, you're up first. Hey, Patty. So let's give that donation some love there. And you want to know, when can you expect to secure a job, and should you move to the Cape in February, or will you secure it before you move? All right, let's take a look here and look at the moving first here. So is this going to happen before the move? All right. And what's more of the whens here? All right. And you got the Two of Cups. So you got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck here, which is about emotional choice. And there's an opportunity for either to happen here. And let's see what else we have here to find out what is or could be standing in the way. Okay. So, what I feel with these cards coming through here, Patty, we've got the Devil card, which is Saturn Capricorn energy. So this Capricorn energy, we're in Capricorn season right now, and that's kind of telling me, if you haven't checked out the Capricorn season, pick a card. I would do that for some extra messages, because it's just not a coincidence that it was the first card that came flying out. You do have here the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about joy, celebration, gatherings. And the Nine of Wands is about, spending some time also by yourself, and stepping through some barriers that are there. And I was wondering what barriers could it be. That's when we had the Ace of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Ace of Swords is about seeing things from a higher perspective, clarity around things. And the Five of Pentacles is the card of lack, or a bit feeling abandoned, left behind, left out in the cold. And when I get the Nine of Wands with that type of energy, and the Devil card that's all here, it's all about the shaking and the rattling of some old beliefs that are underneath the surface there. Don't know if we've talked about the Take 10 with Zen playlist, and episode 5, which is the Six of Pentacles. That's what comes after the 5, that solves this out of balance giving and receiving that's running below the surface. This Devil card is Saturn. It's this shaking, the rattling of some of these, like I said, programs that are running below the surface on autopilot, that you learned when you were 7 years old and younger. And just the combination here, it shows that you have the ability, especially the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck too, to step forward and put this energy forward. And if you look into that episode 5, it talks about this out of balance giving and receiving, where you felt you had to give so much when you were younger to, it could be parents are the usual suspects, of course. But when we do that, there's this running program that says we have to give 1,000 of something to deserve one back. And it just impacts every area of our life. There's these force fields up. That's the Nine of Wands. These fences that the little child self goes, no, 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 we don't deserve that yet. And that's why I feel like with the Two of Cups, it's like there's some emotional balancing that can happen here, and in order to bring down those walls and have things come in. Because if we don't, then um, yeah, then that keeps that up there. And there's some forgiveness. And so if you haven't checked out that the video because it does give you a tool of looking at your parents and whoever it was, and there's this forgiveness and this releasing and going, you know what, they did the best they can, and releasing that because then the inner child, when we're bringing it from our subconscious to our conscious, then those walls fall down, and that's what allows these things to come in. With all of this energy here, I feel like there's still a little bit more to do here because it does feel you even got the Two of Pentacles on the bottom, which is um, the balancing out of things from the outside world that will come in with us doing that. And whether it's, you know, it's like it's not just doing it going, I forgive you. It's about feeling it, meaning it, doing a ritual if you feel that will help of, you know, 2 candles and cutting it or burning it, and, something about the release of it is important, because that's what holds things back, and I know sometimes those cycles, they've been with us for so long, they're hard to break, but, um, doing some sort of mental decision, emotional decision, energetic, decision, physical decision around the release will allow it to come in, and, and then just, like you were wondering if you should, um, move to the Cape in February or will you secure, before the move? It all has to do with how much you put into this because they're with that Two of Cups, they're saying it could go either way, and you could get a job sooner or not, but, it's all about releasing this past, and then, there was the Eight of Wands at the bottom too, which is fast moving. I feel as soon as you do this heartfelt, mental, mental, um, focused, just all around, it will, allow things to change and things to change quickly because it's like waiting outside of this barrier waiting to come to you, but it's like, I can't come in there. The little kid in you is going, no, no, not listening to you. I'm not answering the door. You ever see those memes where a kid gets locked in the house by themselves and they're trying to get him to unlock the door and they're like, nope. That's what they're showing me in my head. So that's what's coming in there. um when you say leave it all behind, do you mean the old stuff or do you mean like your life where you're at right now? um so it's all about the emotional stuff. Yeah, the old stuff of it is advisable to, well, not when you say leave it all behind, if you're talking about stuff it and not deal with it, it's going to follow you because it's in your subconscious. We have to bring it from the subconscious to our conscious and go, who was it that I felt I had to give so much to and got so little back? And let me realize they, did the best they could with what they how they were raised and how their parents were raised and how their parents were raised. And you see it as this pattern and going, okay, it wasn't personal. I'm releasing you. I understand it with my brain. I'm releasing you and giving you love and forgiveness from my heart, releasing it. And then energetically, you're focusing on maybe what you're grateful for in that person. And then a physical action too in the world kind of just, you know, does it whether you write it on paper and burn it or you do, um, some sort of candle or something like that. Like you said, you do something in the physical world just to kind of bring it all around. And if you're like, I'm having trouble doing it, just ask spirit saying, they know, they're aware of us, but if we say, I'm having trouble with this, can you help me? They will. We just have to ask them of our own free will. But it's such an important thing because that's what's holding everything back is this belief that I don't deserve it, which is below the surface. Even though consciously I'm like, I deserve it, unconsciously, that little child's going, nope, you ain't gonna get it. You can't have no ice cream, type of thing. So, okay, very good. I'm glad that makes sense. But yeah, definitely, once you do that, there's floodgates open, and and it's going to be very obvious the choices that come through. But all those cards were just, oh my gosh! And then on the bottom of the deck now, when I just they had me glance, here's the Six of Pentacles, the exact thing we were talking about too. So that's confirmation that it's such an important thing for you. So hang in there, Patty. You can do it. I know you can. But ask Spirit, and they will also help you as well. They'll give you guidance. So, all right. So many blessings to you, Patty. Thank you again for your donation. And Supernova, hello. Shout out to one of my Praying Mantis members. Thank you so much for your monthly support and your donations here. So we'll give the first one some love. And your first question is messages from Spirit about what is ahead of you for your music, dreams, wishes in its growth and development for this next year. All right. Let's see. What do they want you to know about this next year coming in here? We got those, but this one first. Okay. So what we got unfolding here. Oh my gosh. So here's your calling, the judgment card, which you get when we talk about your dream so much, the trumpet and your higher self calling you to this higher place. So there is movement towards your dream this year for sure. That is, um, when we go back to some of the other messages that you've gotten about, you know, um, making sure you're connecting with spirit, making it's like um, keeping true to where you're headed and what you're doing. It's like your true north and the compass. It's like let's move this direction, and they do that, right? You have the world. So yeah, definitely this year you're having, I mean, two major arcana so far, which this is right after the judgment card. You have XX for judgment and XX1 for the world card. So the last two um, cards in the major arcana representing the end of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure, free of a lot of expectations. And so there definitely is this energy of growth and movement and leaving stuff behind and moving forward. So it is. I feel like a year of decluttering of the physical world, of your energies, of your mind, your emotions, because you're moving forward, and it's like you're creating space energetically by doing those things, which invites more in for you here. Oh my gosh, three major arcana. So this is going to be a huge year for you. And here's the Hierophant. Again, this is your higher self that is drawing in. Let me see if I can. Maybe this will make them make it focus better. There it goes. So the Hierophant here is this invitation that's like the Judgment card, drawing you higher to find out your capital T truth around things. And so you're going to be getting clarity this year around what you're dreaming, how you want to do it. But it's about doing and putting yourself forward here. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So you got the balancing of the Two of Pentacles coming in, and then also the Three of Swords, which is letting go of the fears and balancing things out and allowing yourself to move forward and not so concerned with the hows, the whens, what's going on in the outside world. It really is this beautiful bringing, like the Two of Pentacles is bringing as above, so below, as below, so above. And so there's this great energy coming in here. Yeah. Um, and then the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Wands, and this is a big year of transformation of energy, like I said. So that Five of Wands is, they're basically saying this is the year to just try to take things moment by moment, trusting and decluttering is the big thing here. It's like we're coming into, out of winter into spring. Um, you can take advantage of the spring cleaning energy that we have, but you can do it anytime. And so you're starting to just it's like it's almost like if you were going to move somewhere or do something, what would you take with you and what wouldn't you? And it's the cleaning out of things now where you're just um getting things simplified to where you're super focused Again, if it's not for your dream, then why am I investing energy, money, time, and any actions into it? So I like that for you. They're like, this is the year, and it is a very auspicious year for a lot of reasons. Planetary wise. That's a better word, probably. But that's what's coming in there, and so I like this for you. So that's what they want you to know for that piece. And then let's give your second donation some love here. And you want spirits guides on future relationships the next year ahead for you. Will you ever meet anyone and make friends or anything nice like that? Well, let's take a look here. Let's see what they want you to know here about relationships and friendships and etc. All right. See what we have here. Yeah. I had a feeling, so we will. All right, yeah, of course, of course. So you got both the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, because it's like, yeah, when you get your butt out there, you will. When you start taking action and you know interacting with people, and we talked about before about your community and getting out and listening to music, and that's where you'll find your tribe and you'll find individuals there um, you know, because you've got um, uh, this, both of these, the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands search. Well, the Knight of Wands is in pursuit and the questing after the Ace of Wands, and the King holds it in his hand. And there is this like energy of action, movement, fire, moving forward there. And I laughed because you got the Nine of Pentacles, which is, you've been having your time alone, developing your worth in a relationship to the outside world, 9 being the Hermit's card, and you have Spirit with you, which is great, and you wanna continue to make sure you're doing that, but I also laughed because you got the Empress card, which you always seem to get, and so this Empress is, she's stepping forward and she's, you know, um birthing and creating that creativity that comes in here, and it's part of the creative process. And then you have the 6 of Cups, which I know we've gotten before too when we've talked about groups of people and especially a mentor. But the 6 of Cups is about past life connections among humans that are already here. Yeah. So I do see this, and it was about getting out physically, um, not just virtually, but actually getting out and finding music in your community. They're bringing back to me that message of that finding somewhere that plays music and that you go out there and you get to experience them playing live and then you go talk to them on their break or afterward and you're just like, I'm just really I'm looking to get into that and I just want to hear your story. How did you get into music? What's your passion? And you know, so that's an important piece. And the 6 of Cups says that you'll meet people that, kind of like Kurt, you've had past lifetimes with, but these people are still on the earth. They're in their human form yet. And when you meet them, you're like, wow, I feel like I know them from somewhere. You have immediate bond and connection with each other. And then, okay, this is part of my tribe, and we're finding each other and there's just this instant bond between they're like that type of thing. So you will have that this year, but you got to get your butt moving and get out there, because it's this uh not that there's urgency of timing and stuff, but they're like, hey, if you want it to happen, you got to put action behind it. They're not going to come to your house. Your guides are funny. Knock, knock, knock. You're like, who is it? And there's all these people standing out in your yard. We've come for her. We've come for the Empress. You're like, whoa. But that's what's coming in there for you. So that is what they have for that one for you. All right. And Let's take a look here. All right. And then Brenda Tejada, thank you so much for your donation and your sticker. Let's see here. Let me just scroll up here, see if you had mentioned it a little earlier here. See if my old man eyes are just having trouble seeing. No, I don't see a question here. Um, I don't think I do. Let me do it one more time. Yeah, so Brenda, pop your question into the chat and I will keep looking there and you'll be up next, but for the sake of time, I'm going to jump into Supernova's third question there. I'll give that some love. And so, Nova, you're saying, are you changing? You're just starting to appreciate more things in life that you wouldn't have before. You're happier in general now, more than ever before. Why is that? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Of course, hormones are balancing too. That happens as we get toward the end of our teen years. We're not quite as out of balance chemically. Trust me, I was a angry little teenage boy. I didn't want people talking to me. I was just like, rah, rah, rah. But yeah, it was like, what's happening? But we like that. Of course, you know, a lot of you've been doing a lot of balancing here with the King of Cups, balancing your heart and your mind. So that's some balancing coming into with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And the Seven of Wands, too. You've been working on not being defensive about other people's actions. And you really have, this has been such a year of growth for you where you've learned, you know, about other people's actions are more about them than us, and you've been doing a lot of progress in that, and so that there's appreciation because you're not in attack mode or running away mode as much. You know, when we're not as in fear as much, we're really aware of so much gratitude and things that can happen. You also have the Six of Pentacles, so this has to do with that balancing of, you know, looking back and seeing where was this out of balance, giving and receiving when you were younger too. So you've been doing some release work, and your shadow work definitely comes in with all this too. Yeah, Eight of Wands. So communicating and communing with Spirit. Eight of Wands is a lot of messages coming in from Spirit. And so, you know, that's another side effect when we're not in fear as much. We're raising our vibration to, you know, hear from them more clearly because we're at their frequency of unconditional love and joy and patience and gratitude. You know, when we're in that more, we're hearing more, and so you're getting more of that that's coming. You know, that's came in there. You got the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. So a lot of, you know, energy that comes in here around clarity of your energy and where it's investing in, and awareness of just how you're feeling, you know, and that's a huge thing because when we're on autopilot and just kind of going with the flow, whatever is happening, we spend a lot of time in fear. But when you start making like feelings flags, so that's something that you can look at, then there's this great energy that comes in, you know, for us there as well. And I like that because there's this clarity that comes in through all of that too, and you know, it's all part of all of that unfolding there. And yeah, and then so you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Here, she's like the counterpart to the King. You balanced your heart and your mind, and then you balanced your mind with your heart as well. And a big piece of it comes down to the Four of Cups here too. And we've got this, you know, Three of Cups, which is the outside world that doesn't feel like it's, you know, satisfactory. And you've been working on your inner love here too. And that's, you know, when you're connecting with Spirit and you're having all this, there's definitely this, great energy that comes in with all of this, and we've got the, just we see the world differently because we see the world as we are, not as it is, and so as we're changing on our insides, then the outside changes too, and we're like, "Wow, this is pretty. When did this happen?" There's a movie that was in black and white, not Wizard of Oz, but I mean they were too. But there's this other this other movie where everyone was in black and white, and everyone had to do a certain thing, and then someone started seeing in color, and before it, people were like, when did all these colors appear? It was like there's this suddenly this black and white world becomes a very colorful place of grays and all these other colors, and it just brings in and we see life differently. So, as we are freed from our fears, we embrace this, even more. So I like it. And that's what they have there for you. So, yeah, definitely you have been changing, and that's why you're seeing the world differently because you've changed on the inside. So it's beautiful. All right. So thank you so much. All right. And then yes, I do see your donation came through Tanyeka, and there was another one that came in just before you there. And then Brenda, thank you for your question. So it'll be Brenda, and let me see here. Let me just see who this one is here. Oh, Delzy Joy. So Delzy Joy came in just a moment before you, Tanyeka. So that's what we'll be looking at here for the donations. All right. So Brenda, you decided that you want to fix your situation. You unblocked him, but left Instas on private. He finally posted something on Insta. That's his way to communicate. But is it for me? Should I reach out directly or just make my Insta public? Let's take a look here. So you have it where it's private, and are they still a member? Let's take a look here. Well, you got Queen of Cups. Let's see what else they got here. What does Spirit recommend? There's no shoulds, but what's for your highest experience to get you the result that you're looking for? That's what we want to look at here. So let's take a look. Wow. All right. Well, look at all this. Look at all of this. All right. So the first three cards that came out, oh my gosh, you've got the Empress, which is ruler of all the queens, but you also got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So all of this, energy here of the divine feminine energy, very intuitive here, very about taking care of you, but it's intuitive here of what do you want, and there's this energy here. Yeah, yeah, you're the one that all of this, the Empress is taking the lead of all her divine feminine energy, and she's trusting her gut with that Queen of Cups, but also nurturing yourself, going, "All right, what do I want?" And doing it right. There's just this energy here of doing it. And you have the Tower card, which I like because the Tower card is, I feel like you can change everything, right? I mean, it's like you can, if you reach out and you're going, you know what, hey, I know I cut you off, I want to talk about things and da 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 da, and if they're like, I don't want to, and then you're like, okay, fine, then you can make your decision. Your life is not in their hands, but you do your side, right? Because you've got the Six of Pentacles, which is give equal giving and receiving, Ten of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. It's ending of things in the outside world and beginning of things here, but it's all here that you have this ability. You control your world, not them. This is the energy that they're having come through here is they're like, I think we talked about it a little bit because they're bringing back this, what have you got to lose? You step forward, you express yourself. You're the empress. You have nothing to fear because you hold the power of the tower. The power of the tower. You're like, you know what? If I don't like what's going on and I don't like the response, then okay, I've done what I've needed to do. I know what I need to know, and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to, go in this direction of where we're headed, right? Of where you want to head, what you want to do. This is this powerful, Beyonce energy coming in with all this Empress and Queen of Pentacles, the queens, all the Queen and Empress energy here. It's like it just feels so strong coming through. They're like that you have nothing to fear. You can just step forward here. I don't feel like they are um they're not going to reach out. This is you stepping forward here. Um because you said he posted something on Instagram, but did he post it to you or just public? Because I feel like they're just kind of doing their thing and they're waiting for you since you're blocked them. It's you that has to step up with all this power and there's nothing to fear. So, I feel like with all of this, they're saying all of this is up to you to step forward and do what you're wanting to do. And you have the power to begin and end things that um, they're saying it's all about you. Like I want to know about them too, but your spirit guides are going, it's all about you. All of these cards are about you and your power and you stepping in. I don't feel like he's, like, specifically waiting for you, like, "Okay, I'm waiting." They're just like, "I'm not gonna do anything." If they want something, they'll reach out, and they're just going on about their business. They're not sitting, hoping and waiting and, that type of thing. They are, like, um, just going about what they would normally do. I don't feel like there's someone that ponders a whole lot and reflects on things. They're just all about the moment and forward type of energy. So they're like, oh, well, you know, if she wants something, boom, here we go, that type of thing. So that's what's coming through there for you, Brenda. And I love it. It's empowering. So if you want something, you do it. And if you don't want something after you do it, then you are like, okay, well, I got what I've needed to know. I'm moving on and headed in this new direction where I want to go. But it's all about choosing you and caring for you, not worrying about what they're thinking or other people are thinking. This is a time of empowerment. Again, it's really like Beyonce, Beyonce, power energy. Well, he's not someone that pines after anyone. They're very much, I don't know if this was their individual. I do so many readings for couples and people, but it feels like this energy of, they don't have a whole lot of love for themselves, so they don't have a whole lot of love for others. It's mainly passion that they express themselves, this like physical and energetic attractions, but they don't pine after anyone. They just are about the moment, who's, in the moment now. And if no one's in the moment now, they're looking forward and going where they're going. If there's someone present, then they're paying attention to them. But if they step away, then it's out of sight, out of mind kind of energy that they have for themselves and with everyone, not just you, just everyone. They're just kind of that type of energy. So that's what's coming through. All right, so that's what they have for you, Brenda. So thank you again for your donation there, and we'll continue going down here. So, all right. So Delcy Joy, you were up next here, and so you are asking here, and thank you for your donation. By the way, if I can't remember if I just said that or not. I'm all about the readings. So, return to the job or create a business from home. Let's take a look here. We'll get energy for both, and then see which one really resonates for you here. And you got to those two, and this one overall. So, you got three cards and three cards for each one of them, but overall, there we've got this energy here of um, the Queen of Swords is balancing your heart and your mind, letting your heart have a seat at the table when you're, looking into what decision to make here, because some things will be like, well, this makes sense and is the responsible thing to do and blah, blah, blah. And then your heart is, oh, but I would like to do this. And it's allowing your heart to have a seat with your brain and not just make the decision totally from your brain. So that's in the middle coming in, right away off of that. So return to your job. Let's take a look here. All right. And then a business from home. All right. So I see here so if you return to the job, you do have joy and celebration here, and like interacting with a lot of people, right? So you interact with a tribe, you have your group of friends, you have the 7 of Wands, which is you have an opportunity to really stand out and shine, and here's the star card too, about standing out and shining. So you can, the job environment you thrive and you do well at, right? You kind of are a superstar when it comes to working with other people and, getting things done, and you're able to really perform here with those cards. You're a standout person, and with that 7 of Wands, sometimes you stand out a little too much, not purposely, you're a rock star, and people are like, "Boo, why does she get to do all that?" And, so I I understand that. Working from home, though, you've got the Ace of Cups, which is new happiness, a new type of happiness. You have the Strength card, which shows your courage and your strength. And moving forward, you also develop a more connected relationship with your higher self, which makes sense because when you're working from home and starting a business from home, you probably don't interact with as many people as you would when you're in like a returning to a job where you're surrounded by people, right? You do have the Hanged Man, so it would just take a little bit of time for the transformation to happen here. So, you could kind of return to the job. Can you return part-time? Can you go to a job part-time while you're developing your business? Can you balance both until the transformation is complete? There's always an option of C, return to the job, create a business from home, or C, um, go part-time or do that while you're developing the business, and then you have the income and the know-how and everything to come in there too. So whichever the energy resonates with you, there's no wrong choice between these two. They're like you could do both. I mean, you could do one or the other. It's going to be the Hanged Man does say that it's going to take a little bit for your business from home to take off. So if you have the financial wherewithal to do that, then it's there. There's no don't do it, danger, danger, danger in any of this. But there is this balance that comes in here. So you could do both for a little bit until your business takes off. But that's the only thing that I would say is the caveat here with the Hanged Man being there, is that the business from home would just take a little bit to get up and going and have income coming in, um, where it would replace the income of like your other regular job. So that's what's coming in there for you, Delcy Joy. So enjoy that. Bada bunch. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Tanyika, thank you so much for your donation. And let me just move this out of the way here so I can see. All right. And then Tanyika, And welcome to the channel, by the way, I see here. So thank you for being a new subscriber. And all right, and then there is you're welcome, Dulcie. Here's your question. Does Rob want to be with you? All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with Robert, Mr. Robert. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So let's see what is happening here. All right. Well, oh my gosh. So, um, yeah, I mean the just the energy underneath the surface here too with the Knight of Wands is fast moving, passionate energy. And when you say do they want to be with you, definitely physical and energetic attraction is here because in addition to the Knight of Wands, which is the fasting moving passionate horse out of them all, you also got the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. All of this passionate movement, flowing energy. So they're definitely highly attracted to you, both energetically and physically. So that's here. It's like, whoa, okay. So it's like simmer down, or acting like a teenager. But they also have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is a higher love too, which I like. It's not just all about the physical, it's not all about hey, how are you? It's like there's emotion flowing below the surface there too. And we have the Six of Pentacles, which is this giving and equal giving and receiving energy here with three on each side here. And um there's also with the Six of Pentacles, there can be this it's my codependency awareness card, which is a tendency to overgive, and it's has to do with some old belief systems that we have from earlier in our childhood where we felt we had to give so much to receive so little. And that's below the surface running here. So if you're like, yeah, I tend to overgive in my friendships and work and school and my romantic relationships and family and whoever, I tend to overgive everywhere. It's because it's bubbling below the surface. And if you want some guidance on what you can do regarding that, um, I do have a video on my. If you go to my main page at the very top, it's Take 10 with Zen, and is the playlist. And episode 5, I believe, is the one that talks about the Six of Pentacles, which gives you some tools on how to balance that out to where it's equal. Because when we have that over giving, that doesn't tend to turn out so well. Because when we overgive, we become exhausted and resentful. We don't allow people to give to us because we feel we have to give so much, and they end up giving to other people, or workaholics, hobbies, friends, affairs, whatever. And so to avoid that, that Six of Pentacles transformation can happen, and then we don't keep entering into the same type of overgiving relationships where we're like, why do I keep on finding all these takers? Well, we're part of the you know situation where we help create the situation. I know I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships, so I get it, and I know where it all comes from. But so hopefully that helps, Tanyaka. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. Right, I think those were all the ones over yonder. So those, let me just check here. Refreshing there. All right. Okay, so that was those. All right, and then Supernova, you extra donation is up next, and then Kritika, Sayani. Hey, hey. All right, so Nova, let's give that some more love there. And you want to know messages from Kurt's spirit, whatever they want to say. You don't have any questions. Um, you just don't know what to ask. All right. Yeah. So you're just like, hey, give me some advice. Tell me something. Tell me something. And where do we want to go with them from here? All right. So I do feel like they like talking with oracles. So whispers of Lord Ganesha. So let's see, what message does Kurt have here for you? I don't know. Every time you say Kurt, I always think of, is it Kurt Cobain? Wasn't he like an old singer from an old band? Right, and I gave you two here. Let's see what these are about here. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so this is that band, this is that energy. And you got this card of protection, and they just want to know that they are protecting you and helping guide you. They didn't want me to read that one. But cultivation, I love it. And the guitar. You can't make this stuff up. Because of course he's he loves his instruments from past lives and that influence. Listening to music can heal, encourage, and nurture your soul. That's hilarious. Your spirituality is an essential part of who you are, and it forms the framework of your world. Music resonates with the human spirit. At the heart of humanity is the song of the soul. Music has the power to unite communities, cultures, and civilization. Listening to music can heal, hearten, and support your soul. Studies have found that musical tones communicate with and have an energetic impact on the cells and organs of the human body. It's believed that the cells vibrate and essentially have their own musical intonations. And listening to music can help heal and uplift your energy. You may find that by tuning into uplifting or calming music, you create space for greater contemplation and in turn gain more clarity about what you are creating in your life. This is so crazy. It can also bring about a stronger connection to your higher self or to oneness. Music cultivates community as sound fosters communication and greater unity. Cultivation is a continual process that develops, encourages, and nurtures. There is a spiritual connection that forms between the music and the listener. And Ganesha is inviting you to incorporate music into your life in a way that will augment your spiritual expansion. Listen to soothing music while you prepare for your day. Move away from the noise of excessive electronics and digital images and back to a more melodic existence. Take time to sit and listen to music. Doing this can shift your energy to a clearer and more receptive state. I know. Damn. Just a a semi-clear message for you from them. I love it. I love it. They always speak so clearly. So there you go. That's what they have for you, Supernova. So take that as you will. And thank you again for your donations. Right. And then Kritika Sayani, thank you for your donation. And you want to know what is coming in your career in 2024? Will you get a job of 30 LPA package? All right, let's shuffle these up and take a quick sip here. And let us see what Spirit has here. So, will you get a job of 30 LPA? And then what's coming for your career in 2024? And if you haven't checked out the energy forecast playlist, I posted at the beginning. And if you go to my main page, you'll see them all plastered out there, I'm sure. But there's one for each individual zodiac sign, too, that covers career, money, love, and blessings for each quarter and different, well, not each quarter, but for each 4-month period. All right. Well, I feel like you are going to get a job for a 30 LP package. You got the star, which is dreams come true, and the sun, which is one of the most abundant, full, overflowing, um, abundant cards. Two major arcana. So that was the first question: is will you get the job? Will you get a job with that? Boom. Yes, you will. Let's take a look here and see what we've got here. All right. Yeah. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. This does show training or higher education. It's definitely having mental clarity and getting, um, higher knowledge, because the Eight of Pentacles is like the going to school, learning and applying what you've learned and things moving forward in the outside world. So if this job requires some training or some extra learning, definitely highly supported here that you'll do well in it, because you do next have the Four of Pentacles, which is all about a solid foundation in the outside world here. It also represents like it's my card of home. And so I don't know if you have a job where you can work from home, then that just that would support that as well. You've got the Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is the go-getter. She applies things, she can make things happen. The Five of Wands is the transformation of energy coming in here. So the combination of these two is that jump forward, you know, this all this fire, you shine bright, you have movement, you trust your gut and your instinct, you move that, but you also take that Ace of Wands into your hands, and you focus your energy on where you're wanting to go and what you're wanting to do. And you just don't let anything stand in your way with this energy here. So, what a powerful year for you, Kritika. You are very welcome. I'm excited for you. Can you tell? It's just like boom, boom, boom. Um, get out of your way, everyone. Get out of her way. Boom! Here she goes. So I like it. Perfect. So easy breezy, very clear message for sure. I don't feel like there's anything that can stop you this coming year, except for you, right? Which is usually always the case anyway, but there's just so much happening for you, and I'm glad for you. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Kritika. Appreciate that. And then thank you, Supernova, for your additional donation. I don't see another question yet, so we will wait for you to do that here. Let me just double check and refresh my email, make sure there's no other donations. And we will step forward. All right. So I'll keep checking back, Supernova, but like I said, for the sake of time, I'm going to jump up to the first free reading. And we are Hot Sun. You are up. So, what are Matt's energies towards you? And what does the bottom of the deck have here for you? All right. Come on now. All right. So, what are their energies here for you? All right. So, you've got the Temperance card. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is one of my couples kind of cards, because usually it shows two people on there with a child and a dog and a grandpa and all the, pentacles and a palace, which, shows up as all this, you know, abundance and fullness of life. But then we got the Temperance, which means they're slow, ever slowly taking action and movement on that. So they've got this idea of like, you could be someone that could complete their life with their long list of things that have to happen for a full life. They're like, it's like your, I don't know, they're saying your resume. I've looked at your resume, and then you would fit into that role, but slow temperance moving here. And the energy on the bottom of the deck tells us here why, with the Five of Pentacles. They've got these beliefs of lack and smallness and being left behind and being left out in the cold. And so those insecurities, that focus of lack in their life is what keeps them um, from wanting to take a risk on anything That's why they're very slow in moving into anything that they're not 100% that they would be successful at and, um, exceed at because they I just feel like they got so beat up about failing at things that that's why they are unless they're absolutely 100% ready and sure and going, "Okay, I will pass this," then they're like, "I won't go do it." And that's why they're kind of slow about movement and things coming forward with that. So that's what they have there for you right now, hot sun. So many blessings to you. Hang in there or don't hang in there and say bye. Life's too short. Snail man instead of a mailman. They're the snail man. But that's why. At least you know why they do it. It's not about you. It is truly about them. All right. And then Rishi, hello, hello. Hey dude. What is the theme of 2024? And be sure to check out the 2024 energy forecast too. There's one for each individual zodiac sign that'll give you some extra breakdowns as well and some information. Your theme for 2024, yeah, look at this. You got the Magician card, which is stepping into your power, and the Queen of Cups, which is so this is your divine masculine energy. And we all have a divine feminine energy within us, and this is the balancing here. The Queen of Cups reminds me so much of the High Priestess, who is the counterpart of the Magician. But this is about being in tune with your empathic abilities, with spirit, and the Magician is about you tapping into that, connecting with your higher self, and being a conduit of your dreams. And I feel like this is the year that you really get in tune with your high heart on who you want to be and how you want this to unfold in your life. In fact, if you're unsure of what, and this is for everyone, we're reading this fantastic book, and I feel like I bring this up almost every single reading because it's a beautiful, we're always wanting to go, what's my dharma? What's my life purpose? And she is amazing. If you go to her website, which is iamsahararose.com, there's a couple places in there. Under purpose, there's a quiz. Under dosha, there's a quiz. Helps you understand like what your top and secondary um, kind of ways of presenting your life purpose to the world. So if you're looking for anything like that, I feel like that's right up the alley of what year this next year is going to be for you, is you discovering that, and then you are able to take action and move forward that with the Magician card there. So that is what is coming in for you right now, Rishi. And again, just be sure to check out that um, the 2024 energy forecast because it talks about love, money, career, and then it breaks out the year into three equal parts of 4 months each with a blessing for each and what spirit wants you to know. So, boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Grace 1111, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a couple donations. Going to scroll down here. All right, so thank you so much, Supernova, for that donation. So we'll give that some love. And you want insight on things within your life, any aspect or generally from Kurt's spirits. You're confused about so many things within your life. So damn confused. I'm not, but it's weird. Yeah, there's when we have confusion, that means we're our little inner child is feeling unsafe or out of control. Because when we go that way, the reason we become mentally confused is because our brain doesn't want us thinking when we're in that hypersensitive mode of fight or flight, because it doesn't want us going, I wonder, is that a saber-toothed tiger, a lion, or a cheetah? Rah! And then we're eaten. It wants us to go like, fight or run, and whatever is triggering things below the surface, there's fears that are activated. So that's where the confusion is coming from. But let's see, What else? Spirit, Kurt Spirit wants you to know here around this confusion and just the aspect of your life, just to try to get some clarity here. Yeah, so you have the moon. There's some stuff bubbling down below the surface here, and moon energy too. And I think we've talked about being very aware of what the moon energy is. We just had a Cancer full moon a couple days ago. Well, not a couple days ago, it was like Tuesday, but still, it is a very emotional moon. And, let's see, where's the moon today? Today is Saturday. Oh, looky there. Um, it's in Leo. It's in your sign. So, you've got some stuff going on here with this moon energy. So, this fiery Leo, I feel like I need to do something. And, right? Can you imagine? And it could be. Because that's when he first said Kurt, that's what I first heard. And then with the guitar, it's just like, oh my gosh, wow. uh, and it's super cool. But yeah, definitely pay attention to the moon energy, and if you like each day, or if there's a free app, but there's free on the internet. You can just like, what's the moon sign right now? It'll tell you when it starts and when it ends, and you can look and see how it impacts you, because like in these types of books, like this is the one I use there. She's really great. She even has like what the moon energy does for each sign, like moon and Leo. Oops, in between. There we go. So the moon in Leo, it's a fixed fire, and above all represents pride and ego. The sun ruled Leo wants to shine and be noticed. Natural performers, people in this sign are into drama and attract attention even when they don't necessarily want it. So occasionally, your Leo friends may. What is this? Oh, that's just telling you about your sign. Well, they wanted me to say that for a reason, just to confirm that here's the moons. I just needed to go to a different place here. So the Leo moon loves drama with a capital D, and this theatrical sign has long been known for its big entrances, love of display, and need for attention. And when the moon is in this sign, we're all feeling a need to be recognized, applauded, and appreciated. Now, all that excitement, pride, and emotion can turn into melodrama in the blink of an eye, which a melodrama is the victim, villain, hero drama. So it's best to be careful of overreacting or being excessively vain during this period. It's a great time to take in a show or star in one. Be romantic or express your feelings for someone in a regal style. So you might be feeling this bubbling up of this Leo moon energy too. But, there is this energy that comes through paying attention to the moon. You have the Three of Swords, yeah. So here's the fears that we were talking about. Confirmation. That's my fear, disappointment card coming in. You have the Six of Wands, which is the energy of being seen and being heard, and maybe are you having some pressure, about I got to live this dream, and what if I don't do it? And we start getting anxious about timing and time, and that can come in here too. Wow, yeah, because you're Seven of Wands being in the spotlight. So all this energy is coming in. And the Tower, which is fear of things being taken out of our life, and um, things burning down around us, right? So I feel like that can be below the surface here, but that moon energy is impacting you emotionally. And we are in the Capricorn season, which they just reminded me with the Devil card underneath here, which is Saturn. It's doing the work. It's the shaking of our foundations, which bring up our fears, because a lot of what we believe is based on small t truths of fear of letting of things coming in there. So um it's about, I loved what they gave you with the the other card of Listen to music. Let music soothe the Leo lion beast within you, and let music be your go-to. Stay away from social media as much as you can and all the electronics and everything. Make music your air that you breathe as much as you can each moment. Because if you're not breathing um, your music, then you're suffocating. And then if you're suffocating, then that's when the fear kicks in, right? And the panic. So let music be your air, I feel is their message for you. And that's what it comes in. So when you're confused about many things in your life, it's like getting back to music, realizing music is your life. And so anything besides music isn't your life, really. It just feels like it's such a part of it's your blood, it's your air, it's your body, it's who you are, right? So hopefully that helps. Like everything else is like so get back to music, and if you're not uh you know and don't let um time impact it. Just live and be the music that you are. Everything else takes care of itself, is what I feel. So that's what they have there for you. Everything else sucks. Well, in comparison, because it's not your dream, it's more it's taking you away from living, and it's like, yeah, we don't want that. And I get it, when you own your own business and stuff, it's like doing taxes. You're just like, ugh. Let me just poke my eye out. But you're like, it's part of the whole thing. And there's sometimes we have to do stuff that sucks, but we keep in mind the end goal, right? All right. So that's what they have. You are very welcome. Tune him. No, I have not answered your question yet. I'm still doing some donations. I only did a couple free readings. So it's going to be a little bit because it looks like if you just did yours just now, like 10 minutes ago, there's still a lot of people in front of you. So if you want to prioritize your reading, a donation of any kind will bring it to the forefront too. Otherwise, it might be a little bit. All right. And then Dune, hey, Dune, let me give your donation some love here. And so, can we see your next job and when will you live your current job? All right, let's take a look here. Or leave your current job, I think is what you're. Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know about your next job here? All right. Nope, none of those. And then when will you leave your current job? Let's see if they'll give anything on timing. All right. Well, that's pretty cool there. Um, so let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about this new job. All right, you want to know about the when? I know. Let's do that first because you've got this. Wow, look at all this on the bottom. So I love it. You got the moon card coming in here, which is hidden and unknown, but also there's phases, right? And I feel like the moon is going to be an important event of when you leave your current job. It's like going to be around a full moon of one of these months. But you have the Wheel of Fortune. You've got like four major arcana coming in here around leaving your current job. And the Wheel of Fortune is, you're going to have this financial support that's allowing you, to leave the job. And because it is 10 endings and beginnings, but it always says that it's always for us. And even your human is going to be like, yeah, perfect. It's going to be perfect timing there. You have the death and rebirth, which tells us that, yeah, it's especially with the 10 with the Wheel of Fortune, that's reinforcing it that it definitely is this energy of endings and beginnings that's coming in with this. So it's significant endings and beginnings. Four major arcana, significant. So it's going to be definitely one here. You got the Sun card, which is Leo energy. So maybe it's Leo season, well, I don't know when Leo full moon is, but the Leo new moon would be during the Leo season. But you've got, again, success, abundance, all flowing here. So these four cards are the energy. Well, you got the moon card, and then these other three cards were at the bottom of the deck, which is the energy and the flow of what's happening. You got this death and this rebirth, and this the sun card with all of this success, and the wheel of fortune with all this success. So yeah, I mean, it's like boom, 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 boom. So yeah, those are the other cards that I'll get to here in a sec. Simmer down, Dune. um, but so all of those and the Leo full moon, you can probably Google Leo full moon 2024 because the full moon isn't in the month where the sun is at. It goes through all like we just had Cancer full moon. Oh, so the Leo full moon will be the next full moon, I believe. So January, it could possibly be that with this Leo energy here. So it's definitely a possibility there. Now, the new job that you have here, it does feel like it's different than you've had before because you've got the Knight of Swords and the Justice card who wields the Ace of Swords. The Knight of Swords seeks for the Ace of Swords, looking for clarity, looking at things from a higher perspective, even a new learning, like learning a new type of job, or even if it's certifications or going to school, or it's very much supported here. The Justice card. Are you going to look? Do you want to work for the justice system? You never know. But there's this balancing that comes in where it's cutting away old ways of thinking and allowing yourself to expand into something more than you would have gone into before. So there is this, it's about a new type of job because you also have the Nine of Wands and the Two of Wands. And this is this choice of moving beyond some barriers that you've had yourself against. It could be, this combination of like, this is what I would love to do, but I don't know if I could ever do it. And I'd have to go to school or do this or do that. And I just don't know if I could. And this is breaking that barrier, going beyond that, making the choice of going, you know what? What am I waiting for to live my dream, or, this job that I would really love to do? I'm going to take classes, I'm going to invest in it. And this is what allows you to move forward in this and get past this barrier. So, and it doesn't give me the exact, because it's part of our experience here is the scavenger hunt. It's to move forward. I don't know if you heard me earlier talking about this book here, but if you're not sure of like what your life purpose is, if you go to I am sahararose.com, there's some tests and quizzes that you can take there. And then also, if you want to buy her book, it's an amazing book. But it gives you an idea of like what kind of life purpose and dharma is fitting for you and how you portray it. And it could help you, because in the book she gives some examples of the types of jobs that fall under the different doshas and dharmas. And it's a pretty cool book. So I encourage that anyone that's like, I have no idea what I want to do, it puts some solid foundations to help us get to that. And I mean, we're this far through the book in our reading, so we're about halfway, and it's already an amazing, wow, book. So that's what they have for you there, Dune. So hopefully that helps, but very positive here. Energies coming in. So, and thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Right, let me just put these cards back in here, and we will continue. Yeah, that's all that they gave me there for you doing there. The scavenger hunt, they don't, often tell us, magic scroll doesn't fall from the heavens to tell us you're going to get a job in customer service at a grocery store. They're like, look and what are you drawn to? Because it's a scavenger hunt. And a lot of times there's not like a set thing here. It's our choice, and there's like a multiple thing. And we are such a co creator over our lives. Our lives have a lot of structure, a lot of fated stuff that we've chosen before we came down here. But there's so much power of choice within our co-creative lives too, where there's a lot of pathways that'll take us to the same destination. And they're like, you can choose from any of these 10 that you want. And you're like, yeah, but which one? And they're like, whichever one you'd like. And you're like, well, which one am I supposed to? There's no supposed to. You can choose any of the 10. And we're like, yeah, but which one's the best for me? They're like, any of the 10. There's not one that stands out. And so there's a variety of different things you can choose from. But I feel like a big piece of it is that there's something that you're wanting to do before this author or along with that is like, this would be really cool. And maybe certifications or learning and those types of things are included in that. So hopefully that helps, but they're not giving me like exact things with that because there's a variety of different paths you can go down. They're not wrong. It's just experience, right? So so that is what they have for you. And then Scorpio, thank you for your donation that just came through over on the Cash App. And let's see here. Do you have your question up above? Let's take a look here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. If not, pop it down below. I'm just scrolling through the chat. See if your question was earlier. I don't see it. There you are. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello. So I am well, and I hope you are well. So you want to know, will you see Roberto tonight? And if so, how will it go? All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. For your additional donation there. So let's take a look here. And how will it go? All right, let's take a look. So, will it be tonight? Well, so we've got the 7 of Wands, and you got the 8 of Swords. And for me, this is like there's this the 7 of Wands is about being in the spotlight, being, you know, you know, the sun shining light on you like a spotlight on a hill. And the 8 of Swords is a good flowing letting go of our fears and thoughts and beliefs that make us feel blinded and bounded and trapped there. So it does feel like there is this movement, it's progression, the 7 to the 8. And the energy on the bottom of the deck, yeah, we've got the world card, which is, a victory card, ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. Let's see how they say it goes here. Okay, well, it seems here. Uh, if you trust your high priestess connections here, which is of course your empathic abilities, your gut, your instinct, and spirit, you got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. So very full and overflowing outside world, and 10 of Cups is, very, these are both super positive. This is one of my relationship cards. Obviously, the 10 of Cups is a full and overflowing emotionally here too. So it feels very positive here with all of this here. So I feel like there's this is this guaranteed, or is there something that has to happen here? Yeah, you've got the world card here, and you've got the full card. This is letting go of expectations here with the full card and these coming out together. And that 8 of Swords makes sense too. It's like releasing and just going with the flow, and I feel like that is what releases when we release control and go, all right, I'm going to go with the flow comes, and it turns out to be a fun night, it looks like here. So I like that. Anything else for Scorpio? Anything? All right. Queen of Wands, yeah, got this fiery, passionate energy coming in. Again, Very in tune. So it's just about trusting your gut and your instinct and your spiritual connection here is an important piece of all of this here. But with everything I'm seeing here, it's like two thumbs up, Scorpio. So have fun rocking in the new year. Well, I mean, it's tomorrow night, but it's enjoy the last Saturday here. Unless you're on the other side of the world, then it's already Sunday for you. But I like it. Very positive cards there for you. I know. You are very welcome, and thank you for your dual donation there. I appreciate that. So enjoy, Roberto. Sorry, I knew I had a friend when I lived in Texas, and he was Hispanic, and I'd always call him Roberto because that's what his family called him. He was like, "Stop it!" All right. All right, so that's what we have there. I think that was all the donations right now. So let's scroll back up, and we left off with Grace 1111. And who is coming towards you? Let's take a look. Who is coming towards you? All right. So you've got someone here who is a bit different, which is great because you've got the world card, which is the ending of old ways of looking at things and moving into new. I feel like in the past there's been some abandonment and people that have like feelings of being left behind and this energy of lack that people come in with. And I don't feel like this is you looking at them in this way. I just feel like they have it's like in the past and it could be that you had lower vibrational energy before in the past, right? You had feelings of lower self-worth and lower, lack in your own life. And so we drew in these mirrors before that match that, right? Because our lower vibrational energy when we're there, that's what we will bring in, that's what we will draw to us. But I feel like you have changed so the old cycles are ending. And so if I didn't need that card for other readings, I'd be thrown across the room going, "It's gone," because you have this new cycle coming in. Someone, that's opposite of that. Someone more in tune with your energy, your higher vibrational energy, because you've been doing this inner work. So it would be someone who's confident, someone who looks at life from a more full type of energy. I'm getting the energy of like fire signy, childlike awe and wonder of life and excitement, not focusing on how things are failing or lacking, but wow, look at that. Oh, hey, look at that. Someone very adventurous, someone very abundant because they have beliefs of abundance. And so they like to travel, they like to go visit things, they like to explore. And so this is the individual, type of individual that's headed your way, Grace. So I like it for you, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Oh, that's funny, Scorpio. Alberto. Well, there you go. There you go. I love it. All right. And then Goldie, you are up next here. Let me take a sip here. All right. So, Goldie, you would like a message from your future self. Let's see. What do they have coming in here for you? All right. All right. You know, this card is telling you that you have, don't worry about these things that you feared that, came to pass and the tower moments that things have been removed out of your life and everything. It's been on purpose for a purpose because, here's the blood, the sweat, the tears of the Eight of Pentacles, where it was all necessary to bring you to this point. And, they're telling you that it's worth it because with you putting all this in, the apprentice becomes the master. Things start to move forward in your outside life. And, these things happen to make space for things to be built in its place and to clear things out of your way so you can head more into a direction of something that's more in alignment with your path here. So they're saying, trust the journey, know that everything that happens is on purpose for a purpose, And even in the moment, if you can't see it, try to step away and see it from a higher perspective, because they're seeing it from a future perspective, going, "It's worth it. Just keep going, keep going." Try not to let those things just take too much life out of you. Experience what you want to experience, but just always, they're saying, keep it in the back of your mind that it is for me, and my future self is going, it's all right. Trust it, trust it. So I like that for you, Goldie, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. And then, Cutie, you're up next. So, any blessings coming to you soon? Let's take a look here and see. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, you've got this clearing away here. You've got the Nine of Swords, which is your hermit's journey, questioning your fears, your thoughts, beliefs, mindsets. It's usually the insomnia and nightmare card, but it's like the mind is almost exhausted of all the stuff that it's been trying to do in the lower realm, the small t truths that are rooted in fears, a lot of opinions and everything you've been given through your life. But you have the Hierophant here, which is your higher self calling you to see things from the capital T truths, which also allow you to see what these are lies, and getting clarity around these beliefs that these were opinions other people had, and that you don't have to keep these for yourself. You got higher knowledge that's coming your way too. And it is definitely a blessing, because it is this freedom that comes. And instead of being, in fear a lot, of like, "Oh, I gotta do that," or it means I'm a failure, or I'm gonna get rejected, or whatever it is that draws us into those fears. It's like they're being let go. We're not as concerned about them, and that is definitely a blessing, because you're seeing ahas from the higher realm, going, "Yeah, I don't need to concern myself with that." So you have more peace of mind, more mental stability, emotional stability, and stability in your life all around, with the freedom that comes from that. So I like that for you, cutie. And that is definitely a blessing in my book. So that's what's coming through there for you. And then we've got Soul Searching Vibe. You want to know what Spirit wants you to know about January for you. All right. And that one here. All right. Look at the stability coming in here with the Emperor, the major arcana four, and the Four of Pentacles, this feeling of stability in the outside world. The Emperor is Aries, fast moving, um, action energy coming in here, which is you deciding what you're wanting for yourself, and going, all right, I know there's a lot of opinion people have told me that the Emperor's supposed to do for the kingdom, but the Emperor's going, all right, thank you, everybody. I'm in charge of my life. Appreciate everyone's opinion, but I've got to live it. So I'm making decisions for me. You're putting structure around what you're wanting, how you're going to get there, and you're making movement in it. And there's stability that comes in with this. And I feel like you have this um, strong foundation of, like in January, of what I want to do and what I want to achieve, and who I want to be and who I want to be with, and just a lot of great clarity coming in here. And you're putting, like I said, an action plan together and taking action on it. So I like that for you. It's a great month, especially that Capricorn energy that you have all the way up until January 21st when we go into Aquarius. There's a lot of beautiful uh, clarity that you can gain, because that Capricorn's the workhorse. And then you go into an air sign in Aquarius for the last week or so. Uh, and Aquarius is like, okay, old ways don't work. Let's find new ways to achieve this too. And so you have this ingenuity and this suddenness, and that can come in there for you as well. All right, so that's what they have for you, soul searching vibe. So many blessings to you. All right. And then angel blessings. You're next. So, are you on Pisces mind? Let's take a look here and see. Do we want to go into a Pisces mind? Scary. I'm just kidding. I have a ton of Pisces in my chart. You know, there's a lot of things on their mind here with the Hermit journey and the World card. There's looking at endings and beginnings and new cycles and everything coming in here. I feel like they're just in a huge overload. Two major arcana, the hermit is definitely inward focused and reflecting. So with when we're saying that you're on their mind, there's a lot of stuff on their mind, but they're not going, I wonder how you're doing. I wonder what's going on with you. They're more looking at how your life impacts theirs, is what's going on here with this evaluation of their world and what do I want to end, what do I want to begin, and part of their analysis paralysis that's going on. You're on their mind, but not in the that way of you know, how am I impacting you? It's like, no, what's how is everything impacting me? Is there kind of energy that's going on right now? So that's what's coming through angel blessings right now. So hang in there. And then Links Lee, you want messages from the person on your mind. All right. So what does the higher self of the person on your mind, what do they want you to know right now? Yeah, two major arcana. Wow, there's a lot of powerful energy going on right now. And the full card is about a journey without any rules and restrictions and all of that. It's the zero, it's the first card in the major arcana, which is like a 2-year-old that has no one that has told them good boy, good girl, bad girl. They're just like, the world is all, there's no rules, there's no intentions, there's no, you know, um, anything keeping me restricted. Anything is possible, right? And so they've got this, this is what that person on your mind wants is no restrictions. And they're also here with the Hierophant trying to figure out what their capital T truth is. Who do I want to be? What do I want? And while they're figuring that out, they don't want anyone telling them what to do or who they are. They want this freedom because they're trying to figure out things from a higher perspective too. So their message is basically don't try to cage me. I will run away. I'm figuring out who I want to be. Or if you want an argument, try to tell me who I'm supposed to be. Woo, So they're in this big transitional, transformational time in their life of really determining who they are. In the meantime, they do not want anyone interfering in that process of theirs. They're like, I want to decide. I don't want any more uh, you know, opinions. I had enough opinions. So that's what's coming in, Linksley. You're like, all right, whoa. All right. And then Anusri, you are up next. Energy reading between you and the Leo. So what kind of energy is existing here between the two of you here? Well, it feels like you guys are kind of in your own cocoons here, kind of independent and away from things. The Hermit card is the alone, turning inward and upward, and the Hanged Man is pausing. It's like a giant cocoon, right? Even though it's a bat, I know, but it's like a cocoon where there's transformation happening, and they're alone in their cocoon. So the energy reading right now feels like it's very transformational and transitional, but it's also very much distant to yourselves right now. And it's because caterpillars are becoming butterflies, which is good. So it's always for our betterment, and we're being upgraded and we're raising our vibration and getting out less from fears and more to higher love and higher vibration. So it's all good. It's just right now there's a separation as all this is happening. Right. And that's what they want you to know right now in Nusri. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Blessed One, you want to know, can you ask, will you overcome this struggle that you're going through? All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here about this struggle? Will you overcome? All right, we got that one. What else? All right, this one. Yep, step by step here. You got the 7 of Wands and then the 8 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is about, the sun not asking permission to shine and not dimming light, but, sometimes people kind of attack, right, when someone's in the spotlight in a way. And so when you realize you don't have to be defensive and you're okay, your life is flowing. You got the 8 of wands, which means then things, it's like when you stop feeling like you have to defend your life and fear what other people will think. And it's just like, you know what? I'm going to be me. I'm going to shine. I'm just going to, I'm going to be me and not worry about it. This when this flow happens in your life, things start, the struggle ends because you're not trying to be what everyone else is telling you you're supposed to be. You don't feel like you have to become someone else. You already realizing I'm a perfect mountain and I'm wandering around discovering myself. This is where the struggle is attachment. It's fear of what will other people think, right? And there's this release that happens. You also have messages coming in from spirit with the 8 of wands, but this progression of 7, 8, it's like just trust the process. But if you can, the more you can focus your energy on the higher vibration of all this energy of gratitude, unconditional love, and joy, the more you hear the messages of spirit, and you get to see yourself through their eyes. You get to feel their love for you that's unconditional. They see you as perfect, and the more you're able to do that, the more the struggle drifts away, because the struggle is an internal struggle. Our fears of trying to be and become and live up to this, all these opinions that have been told to us, that's the struggle. The fear of people are going to judge me if I don't do what everyone else wants me to do. And trust me, we can't because everyone has contradictory opinions and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about, all of that, and you can't live up to it all. And so, it's this release that happens that gets rid of this struggle out of your life. So I like it for you, blessed one. You definitely, the struggles inside you, so it's all in your control, which is great. So that is what we have there. Nope, donations are not closed. I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes. So if anyone wants their reading prioritized, then just a donation will allow it to do that. I'm not sure here. I'm getting through a lot of free readings, so I may not be back on until I'll be back on this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then tomorrow morning again at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I'm getting through quite a bit of free readings. So sometimes when I have a lot of donations and I don't get through a lot of free readings, I'll come back on. But I feel like I've gotten through quite a bit here. So just to balance my energy, I think I will not be back on for that afternoon session. So if you do want your reading completed in this session, then donation will prioritize it. Otherwise, I will be back at 6 p.m. in about 5.5 hours, and also tomorrow morning. All right. So, Smooth Life, you were next up here. So, your next glow up, please. And just I'm going to go to one card readings for the free readings for the remainder of this session, just to try to get through as many free as I can. So your next glow up, you have the 8 of Swords. So you are leaving behind a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped before. It's a good flowing of getting rid of these fears, things that would have held you back before. And I like this glow up because you're realizing, why did I let that stop me before? Whether it's relationship, job, whatever it is, you're like, I can do this. And I like this for you because there is this freedom that comes through this for you. So that is what they have for you, Smooth Life. So whatever this has been holding you back before, question why. And there's this release that comes from it. All right. So many blessings to you, Smooth Life. And then Pinky, anything you need to know. You got the Tower card here, which tells you that anything that has moved out of your life, whether it's person, situation, whatever it may be, is for you. And even though we're like, I really love this, condemned tower that has rats and a leaky roof and gas leaks and I can't live in it, but I love it. It's what I know." And they're like, "Well, if we destroy that and move it, we will replace it with a brand new upgraded castle, not just a tower, but a castle with all these upgrades." It's like, "Ooh, okay." So things need to be removed out of our life to make space for something bigger and better, and to clear things out of our path so we can move down it to move towards something that's more in alignment with our higher self and where we're headed, not where we've been. So I like that for you, Pinky. And that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then on Jushri Dubey, anything about your one and only future spouse? Yeah. They got the 5 of swords, and so this is an individual who has really learned to have an open mind. They used to have a lot of battles and butting heads with people, trying to prove that their small t truths are more true than other people's small t truths. But instead, they've had this enlightenment where they're able to see things from higher perspectives, and they realized, "Oh, my truths were in fear, and so are these others." But they have this enlightened ability, which allows them to really listen to other people and have an open mind, and they allow people to have their beliefs without trying to change them or feel like they have to change theirs. So a very good flow of communication with them, and I like that, because it's a powerful thing. If you can't communicate, then we can't be hanging around each other without getting into fights. So definitely someone that helps people to, like a mediator. They'll help people get along because they can see things from both of their perspectives, and they can help other people see those perspectives too. So that's what's one little piece for you there, Anjushri. So many blessings to you. And then Aditi, spiritual guidance for your love life. Ah, I love it. So you got the King of Cups. I like when King of Cups comes in when we talk about love because one, it's a balance between heart and mind, but also it's like a perfect partner who is has a wonderful balance of intellectualness and be able to communicate, but also they're not so intellectually minded that they're dead emotionally. They're able to communicate with their emotion, and they've got a great balance of sharing the love too. So I like this coming in here. It is someone that could be like, a combination water air sign type of energy, because that's what the King of Cups is just this beautiful balance between heart and mind, and I like that for you. So, realizing that that's the kind of person that's headed your way, you can look at, "How can I balance my heart and mind as well?" Not so based in all my fears and all my thinking, allowing me to be in tune with my heart as well. So that's what they have for you, Aditi. So many blessings to you. And then Bala Anshu, you are up next, for the free. And then I just got a donation, so that will be up next here. So Bala Anshu, you done a general reading. Well, you've got the Justice card, which is a major arcana, which is a significant way of looking at our looking at higher truths and balancing out our ways of thinking about life. And we, of course, it's out of balance in the beginning because have a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? That have this, um, uh, all the supposed tos and the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, these opinions that are just blah 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 blah, right? But then we connect higher, and we start having these spirit draw us up, and we have these ahas about life, and we see life from a place of unconditional love, and it's a double-edged sword. It allows us, the out of balance scales, we start having stuff put on here, but also it's a like a double edge. It allows us to look at some of our fears, and it transforms into higher wisdom, which makes things balance out quickly. And I like this for you, that whatever this is in our life, whether it's relationships with people or jobs, education, or our bodies, or whatever it is that we've got these beliefs around that are being challenged, triggers will happen to have us see this, and so that we can question it and see it from a different perspective and transform things too. So I like that for you, Bala, and that is what they have for you right now. And thank you so much for your donation, Mizrak. And give that some love there. And you want a general reading, and I'm just going to grab these other cards here, the original tarot. And let's see what they have here for you. What does Spirit wants you to know right now? All right. So let's take a look here. You've got like 3 and 1 and 2. So 312. All right. Yeah, we see here there's a new opportunity that is coming your way here in the outside world. And it it comes here for your outside world because of you're facing some fears here. This Queen of Swords, she balances the head and the heart. And this Ace of Swords allows us to look at some fears, some things that were holding you back before, of the supposed to, the should, the need to. And the heart is like having a seat at the table. It's going, I know that, these things we fear, but there's this energy coming in of going, we can go beyond this though. It's sure it's scary and we fear this, but really, do we need to fear that? And I like it because, yeah, you got the King of Wands that comes in here, which is like, yeah, I'm stepping into my power, and I know I fear what other people will think, and I fear failure. And sometimes we fear doing something that we're deciding to do because we're the only one to blame then. But it's like, is there really blame when I'm doing what I want to do? People will have their opinion going, well, you should have thought better about that. And you're like, you know what? I didn't, and I'm okay with that. It's my life. I get to live it. It's like ordering something new off of a menu. Like I wanted to try something new, and yeah, maybe it's not tasting the way I thought it would, but I'm glad I did. I had a new experience. And they're like, "Well, you should just stick with what you normally got." And you're like, "I'm okay with this. You eat off of my plate and you weren't too happy about it. That's your problem. Don't eat off of my plate." So it's interesting here. And you do have here this beautiful transformation, and it's like the instead of focusing on the lower vibrational emotions, you really have here this Two of Cups stepping into your power of emotional choice. And with the King of Cups here, not the King, the Knight of Cups here, it's this quest for this higher love and different emotion. And so I like all of this coming in here because definitely with these two cards, with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups, it's the pursuit of emotion, and it's like the Queen of Swords going, "Yeah, I know we want to seek knowledge, but also I have this emotional energy that comes with the queen, all the queens. Like, I want you to pursue that, not the Knight of Swords pursuing more knowledge. It's the Knight of Cups pursuing passion of life instead." And I like that because there is this opportunity that comes about that you normally wouldn't go for and experience, but you're stepping outside of those bounds. So I like that for you, Ms. Reck, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional donation here. You're curious, in what way are you protected by the guides and angels? What are you protected from? All right, let's take a look here and see what they're wanting you to know here. All right. So the protection here, I feel like they're protecting you from just your energetic choices here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Yeah. Because you got the Two of Wands, which is whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. And they've got this, when you focus too too much on something that's not in alignment with where you're wanting to go. Like, we're taught to focus on our fears. We're taught to focus on, the lower energies and what we're missing, what we fear will come in and out of our life, or won't come in, or won't leave our life, or what we hate. We are taught that, and at some point it's like, okay, you know we're not realizing it, we get caught into it, and they will protect us from ourselves in a way, where they'll remind us about our power of choice. We've got power of emotional choice, power of energetic choices here. And they're like, we've got this choice of focusing on joy, 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 joy. We got this focus on, realizing where our energy goes. We have this empowerment, and they'll bring us these reminders to protect us from overly, like, it's like they're showing me like a little kid who um, is upset and throwing things around like they're toys, and they're like, at some point they're like, you're going to be upset that you are breaking your toys, and so they like they're intervene, going, hey, blah, 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 blah. They'll bring in things in our outside world as a reminder for us, like repeating numbers, synchronicities, to get our attention, or they'll make a loud and we're like, what was that, to distract us. And you got the seven of pentacles coming in here, which is the fear of things not happening fast enough. And I feel like that's what they try to bring in here, is that everything is going to unfold in its own timing, and it's okay for that to happen. So I like that energy that's coming in here for you. And um and um so I like those, the awareness of that. I like it. They protect us from ourself. They are so funny. And then reminding me of when I used to work at a dog kennel, um, a few days a week when I first had moved back here, like decades ago. I had like 2 or 3 jobs, and they taught, dogs are easily distracted. And they like, hot air balloons come over, they're gonna bark and go crazy. All you have to have is this little empty jug of like a milk jug that's empty with some pebbles in it. All you have to do is go rattle, 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 and throw it up, and all the dogs would go, what? And they'd be totally distracted from what they were doing before. So I like that. Perfect. I love it. So that's what they have for you. And that's what you don't need protection from people or situations or things, because we're the ones that make the decisions of the choices of our story, our emotions, our energy, and that. So we just need protection from ourselves, because we're the ones that create everything within us. The world just happens, but we're the ones that create all this stuff inside of us. So I like that. All right. And Johanna, thank you so much for your donation as well. And this will be the last reading I'll be doing in this one. And actually, I thought I was going to get through some more free readings, but what I can do is I will see how much I have. I'll take screenshots, and if I have enough, I might be back. You know how I am. Yeah, absolutely, Johanna. We can have a general reading here and see, what does Spirit want you to know right now. Let me give your donation some love here. Thank you for that. Let's see, what do they want you to know here? Yeah. So what do we have happening here? We're going through a wonderful transformation. Oh my gosh, yeah, you are. All right. Yeah, so the energy on the bottom of the deck here, you have the 3 of Cups, which shows that you're not alone. Spirit is with you. They're helping you as you're going through this. I feel like you're going through a significant transformation, because you've got the Hanged Man here, which is like a butterfly in a cocoon, and the transformation that they go through. And so things have been like paused for a little bit. But you also have another major arcana with the World card, which is ending of significant cycles and beginning of new adventures coming in here too. So endings and beginnings, not alone, with Spirit all here. And you've got the High Priestess, which also is about stepping backward, connecting higher, going behind the veil, diving deep. And that's kind of what's happening here, when you're going through this transformation. She's all about diving into the unknown, seeking things here. And you have the benefit that comes in here. 4 of Pentacles, a solid foundation in the outside world, this feeling of home and stability. And the 10 of Pentacles, this abundant feeling, both in relationships and with children and pets and elderly, and the palaces and the pentacles. It's a fullness of life that comes in here with this realization and this transformation that comes in. you're understanding a lot about why certain things had to end and certain things had to begin, because you knew that it was for your benefit and for your overall joy in life, because um that's what happens with a caterpillar. Caterpillar realizes I needed to become caterpillar juice and lose some of what I am, because in order for me to fly, I needed to lose some of my body to turn into wings so that I could fly and go places I haven't gone before. And I love this. So, Spirit has been helping you and really been interacting, because this is like a fated time that you've been wanting, to have happen in your life here. And it's been happening on purpose for a purpose, for sure, with this coming through. So I like this for you, Johanna. Big, big transformation with all of these major arcana as well. So you feel it, huh? You feel like your caterpillar juice turning into caterpillar soup. But beautiful transformation that's happening. So I love that. All right. That is what they have for you, Johanna. I'm loving it. So let me take a look here. I'm just going to take some screenshots here, because we had left off with Kritika Mahotra. You were going to be the next free reading. Let me just grab some screenshots. And yeah, because I think I did Bala Anshu. Yeah, I did. All right. Let me just expand this so I can take bigger pictures here. Get rid of these out of the way. And I'll probably be back on, because I see that there was a lot more than I had anticipated here. So I'll probably be back on in a little bit. I'm going to go to my Praying Mantis members session here. And then I'll be back on, and I'll complete out the free readings. And I'm just taking screenshots. I will do complete them in order of how the chat was here. That's why I'm taking screenshots of it. And of course, you had to have been a subscriber to be able to comment. So just make sure your notification settings are set to all. And then when I come back on, you'll be notified of that. And I will also come back into this video and pin a comment with the link to the new video. I can do two things at once sometimes. And then also in that video, I will, after I'm done, I'll post a pin a comment in the order in which they were completed, so you can find those as well. So appreciate all of the love and all the support, and the donations are what allow me to keep doing free readings, because otherwise I'd be getting a job and be exhausted and not do a whole lot besides work and exist like we all do, right? So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. And I'm excited for what comes next for each of us. And remember, as we're going throughout each and every second of every day of our lives, we are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. And if I don't talk to you guys before New Year's Eve, Happy New Year to you. And we'll see you soon. So much love. You guys hang in there.